Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to take very important topic that is going to help you, many of you who are struggling to get the first SAP job. If you are completely new to SAP, you don't have any relevant experience in SAP and you have completed your training, you also practice a lot, you know all the configurations, you are very familiar with the system, I mean the particularly IMG, SPROs, those configurations you are very familiar, but still you are not getting your consulting job in MNC or in IT, even if you are not getting interview calls also. So I think this video is going to help you. Now let's understand what is wrong here. Few points here I have listed as per my understanding. Let's crack those points. Let's understand that one. So the first point here is that the harsh truth, configuration is not equivalent to your consultant job. Okay, so let's understand what exactly this meaning of this one. So basically, let's understand what exactly the consultant is going to do. Consultant means, first of all, what businesses they are having, like there it's running, let's say since last 10-15 years, they are using some different applications. Maybe they are using ERP or maybe they're not using ERP. They have lots of problems in their existing business process. With this help of this SAP application, they want the solutions, the business process solutions from the SAP application, and you are the person who is going to understand their problems. You know the business process, you know your SAP product, and as per the system solutions, you are going to help them. That is the meaning of consulting. So that means irrespective of any type of business you are going to take, it may be any industry, it may be any manufacturing company, it may be any service one. Again, in manufacturing, it may be automobile, it may be IT, it may be FMCG, it may be any services company, whatever it is. As a business process consultant or as a SAP consultant or ERP consultant, your job is you are going to understand everything related to that business process. For example, let's say first thing we have to understand the required informations, that is known as your business process gathering, right? Until unless you don't know their business process, what the solutions you are going to give means designing the business process document. You can see this document which is right now in your screen. This is a business process document which we have to prepare, or like this we have to prepare for every business process, whether it is related to product costing, P2P, asset accounting, or order to cash, R2R, anything. It may be sales, purchase. Particularly we are talking about here the finance, but when I'm saying finance, by default controlling also will be included. So basically we are going to design end-to-end solution for that business process, because product costing we can do in 5 different ways. So make to stock will be different, make to order will be different, right? So when we are going to calculate plant cost, that approach will be different. When we are going for cost object controlling, that approach will be different. So for example, you are doing profitability analysis. Now we don't have, let's say you have not configured the SD part. From the learning point of view, I'm saying you will say that SD is not my area, it is going to handle by SD consultant. But business want like complete solutions. So when you are going to ignore SD, that means you have also ignored the integration between FI with SD, CO with SD. So obviously your COPA will not work. That means you have not configured the business process even correctly, which you are saying that I know the business process, I did the business process configuration. After that, have you tried those testings? Have you prepared any testing documents? Have you prepared any cutover activities? Have you completed any, like for example, master data uploading? So these are the various activities which we are doing as a consultant. So we have to analyze the business process, we have to do the system customizations, we are going to conduct the cutover activities, then we are going to complete, or we are going to give the support. Now how much experience you have in the support areas? Have you resolved any L1 ticket, L2 ticket, which we are saying P1 ticket, P2, P3, this type of different tickets have you resolved? Now ask these questions to yourself. Do you have exposure to all this requirement, all whatever I have listed here, requirement gathering, or have you prepared any business document or the blueprint? Have you completed any cutover activities? If not, you can't expect or you can't call yourself as a consultant, because I know that when you are going to start your career in SAP, you will say that how I will know all these things, because these are so many things, or it is from the job point of view, experienced consultants should know all this. Now let's search in a job, in a particular job portal, whether this any consulting jobs are available for freshers or not. And believe me, companies are not going to hire freshers for consulting role. I'm sure anyone right now, if you are looking for the job, I'm sure you can connect this one with your current situation. You are hardly getting any interview calls for your consulting role, right? Or even if you are getting the interview calls for consulting, in interview in the first round itself you are going to, or you will be rejected. So I'm not discouraging here, because I'm going to give the solution also, right? But you have to understand the problem currently, what is your situation. So to confirm this one, let's check the naukri.com, and we are going to try to search one job here in the naukri.com. So this is the naukri.com. Okay, let's start from the beginning. So this is how you are searching your job: SAP FICO, or SAP FICO consultant, SAP FICO implementation. Like this, some keywords you are using. Okay, now let me add here zero experience, because you don't have experience. Maybe you have some domain experience, but consulting point of view, you don't have experience. Now, if you try to search with fresher role, okay, you take any location as per your preferred location. So if I'm going to take here, let's say Bangalore, okay, and search here. Now you can see here how many jobs are available. Just check here. 9 to 11, this many jobs are available for the consulting point of view. So do you think that this much, like with this job, are you going to get a interview calls? So that means fresher is not, or fresher role is not for consulting. Now let me add here some experience. Let me take here the experience, let's say 4 years. Okay, some people they are adding fake experience. Again, that is an invitation to a problem. So fake experience is not the solution here. So I have added here some experience. Now if I will search, then definitely more number of jobs are there. You can suddenly, you can see from 11 to 272, the moment I have added here some experience. Now you take any, let's take any popular company where, like these are maybe consulting firms are there. So let's take this one. It is a Accenture role. Let's take this one. Now in this case you will find 5 to 9 years experience in SAP. S4 HANA knowledge is required. Then at least 2 years required in the tax engine. It is US tax calculation point of view, vertex point of view. For the timing, let's ignore that one. Then support knowledge required in ERP. Okay, so some requirements are there. If we'll go more detail into this, then must have knowledge about S4 HANA, functional, at least 2 years more related to Vertex. Okay, so here some requirement is there. We are looking for SAP Finance consultant with 5 to 9 years SAP experience on this. And as a business process consultant, you have this much skills are there, right? So you can see here in this case, some requirements are there. Of course, I have added some experience, because if I'm not going to add the experience, openings or jobs are not there. Let me pick another job role here. So I'm just looking here some, like known companies, like if it is there, maybe it is more consulting firm postings are there. I'm just looking here any direct companies, IBM postings. Now in this case you will find that, of course, here consultant SAP HANA finance plus Vim is required. This is additional is required. So 40 years experience in SAP FICO with S4 HANA. S4 HANA is mandatory. Without S4 HANA, you are not going to get anything. So here also again you can see some requirements are there. Overall 4 to experience with SAP FICO and S4 HANA. So here also you can see that again requirement is there. A strong knowledge on the integration. 100% it is there. You go for, whenever you will go for any consulting role, good knowledge on the configuration point of view, all these areas, right? So here also you can see requirements are available. Now let me take another one. Okay, let's take this one, package consultant. It is again another job from the finance, from the IBM. So again you can see with 8 years experience in the implementation. Right now, without experience, so it's clear that you are not going to get any interview calls or the consultant roles. So that is why in the beginning I said that having the configuration knowledge is not enough to get the consulting role or consultant job. Now let's take the second point. Most of the training institute, you will find they are teaching the configuration. Why? Because it looks advanced. Because anyone, like if I will say that you have to learn the simple things, obviously you will not learn, right? So you, everyone looking that I will have a good profile, so that it will help me in my career. So that's why I should know the configuration, I should know the customization. So that is why I said that, as it is, you can say it's more advanced. It is like seems like very lucrative. So they are giving a training on the SPRO screen, the customizing, and all these things which already you have. But in the real job markets, MNCs don't hire freshers. Already we tested that. So MNCs don't hire freshers into the consulting role, because even I have seen that people, they have completed graduation and immediately they are looking for the consulting job. Obviously it is not possible. You don't have any knowledge about the business process. You don't know what exactly we are doing in the domain, because what we are learning in the graduation or post graduation, that is completely different what we are doing in the office, right? Qualified CA freshers I'm not considering here, because freshers, when they are going for I mean, if someone is, let's say, qualified chartered accountant or CMA, they already have the articles experience and they have the industry exposure. So that's why already they have 3 years experience in there during the training. But someone, let's say, completed graduation, even MBAs also, so they don't have any practical exposure. No, I'm not talking SAP point of view. In general, domain experience they don't have. And when you will go for consulting, it's 100% required that you should have the relevant experience. Relevant experience means SAP experience, no other experience. If you have, let's say, some other application experience, that also will not be considered, particularly when you will go for consulting role. So consulting role is not like a low profile job, it's a high profile job, right? So starting package will be more than, like you can say in India, at least 10 to 12 lakhs. So in that case, expectations will be high. So that's why companies are not going to hire freshers. Freshers means even you don't have any, I mean, you have 2 3 years experience in the domain, you are working on some applications like Tally or let's say XYZ, some applications, you don't have any exposure to SAP, you just completed your training, that is also not enough. That also will be considered as fresher. You don't have any experience. So there is a big mismatch between what the training institute sell to you and what the market actually looking. Market is looking that someone with when you are going for consulting role, you have a full package, you have a full package knowledge. Only just having some configurations, you can't sell yourself. You will say that I don't know cutover activities, I don't know how to do the master data uploading, I don't know how to upload the opening balance, I don't know all the integrations, I don't know topic this, I don't know that, it won't work, right? So that is why end to end knowledge has to be there, and that is why every company is looking end to end solutions. You must have, like the in job profile you will find that good knowledge about the project end to end, two implementations, three implementations you must have. So that is the requirement here. Next point is why the interviews are rejecting you. So assume that you are getting calls. Many students, they tell me that we, like, I know the configuration, but interview they rejected me. And the reason is simple. I already explained. So in interview, you will be asked the questions. What was your role in the project? What was the project preparation phase? Or during project preparation phase, what exactly you are doing? Like your configuration question is not started. How you handle client requirement gathering, right? Like how you manage your gaps. Most of the terms, maybe you never heard all these things, even after completing the training. So what was your contribution during the cutover activities? So this type of questions will be there when you will go for consulting interview. So these are the project related questions. Someone who already completed the projects, or even if during the training, if you have completed some capstone projects, at least 3 4 capstone projects, in that case, and you really work on all these areas, then only you can able to understand and you will able to answer it. In that case also, it may work if you have some experience, let's say in other role SAP. But again, SAP experience is required, but maybe you don't have project knowledge that you can complete during training, you can do that. But if you don't have anything, any of the knowledge, all these things, then it will be a big problem. So these are the project related questions you have to, that means during your training or during your configurations, if you have covered all these things, then only you can answer. And most of the time these are not covered during your training. So that is why these things are maybe new for you, and that is why recruiters are rejecting you even if you have SPR knowledge. Again, a big question mark on this, how much configuration you know. Like most of the time you will find that end to end knowledge or end to end requirement will be there. Now coming to the next point, or you will find that consulting jobs are always limited, because whenever any new company is going to go for a new implementation, they need consultants or they need support consultant in ongoing. But how many consultants are required for maintenance purpose? Okay, or sometimes if it will be rollout will be there, that time will be requirement will be there. So definitely consulting job is a high paying job, like you can say it's a high white collar job or more lucrative job, everything is good, but what is the number of openings you will find in the, if you go for, if everyone is going for the consulting role, right? So every fresher, if you look that consulting job, then obviously when supplies are more, demand is less. Demand is not less, demand is always as per the standard. Only thing is now supplies are more, everyone is going for the SAP training, and they are going for SAP consulting job. So that's why you will find that always more number of jobs are available from the business point of view. Consultant jobs are limited, whereas, or and obviously project all this knowledge whatever I said that it is required. So when you will search your job, instead of consulting, if you don't have any experience, real experience in SAP, but you have completed your training, so in that case you can search your job process wise. So here you can go for, let's say, P2P, right? So P2P depends on your experience, how much experience you've made, P2P lead, or let's say P2P. Again, when you'll go for P2P, end-to-end business process knowledge related to P2P is required. If you are just going to post FB 60 entry and after that FDAS 53 entry you are posting, that is not P2P. So it is the complete and FI integrations, everything related to business process as well as integration, that will work. So P2P analyst. Similarly, I can include here R2R, right? So R2R lead, or let's say, uh, okay, same location I'm taking here, and here let's not add this much experience, let's say 2 year, and this 2 year is not required that SAP experience. If you have some other experience, some domain experience, that also will work here, right? So now you can search, so you will find good number of openings are there. These are, okay, let me take a phrase space. So you'll find good number of this type of jobs you never tried, because you are going for, only you are looking for the consulting role. So these are all companies like you can find related to finance role, different category wise. If you'll search, you will find, so MNC jobs are there, corporate jobs are there, and these are not the consulting jobs, right? So this type of jobs you can try, and you can start your career with this type of role. So if you have a good knowledge on the business process, not only the configuration, if you have knowledge on the good knowledge on the business process integrations, right, data uploading, I mean master data uploading, right, master data creation. So this type of knowledge if you have, then support roles also, testing, like cutover activities, or let's say not cutover activities, it is more related to development, let's say UAT preparations, test script preparation. So in that case you can start working on these area, or you can look into this area here. And everyone, most of the like 95% candidate, when right now if you'll find they're working as a consultant, definitely if you'll ask them, you will find that they have started the career in this way also. So everyone is coming from the domain, after that they started the career with these roles, work here, let's say 1 or 2 years, 3 years, then after that within the same company they got the opportunities, or later they have upskilled themselves and they have upgraded to the consulting role. So they have started working as, let's say, analyst, then they have upgraded with some more skills, they have started working as junior consultant or associate consultant like this. And it is a smooth way, adding fake experience and all, getting interview calls, then interview you will get rejected, that one is not going to solve the problem. Most of the time when anyone like they used to speak with me, and when I used to say them that you can start your career with analyst, from my YouTube comments, or anyone personally talk to me, when I'm saying that you can start your career with analyst, they used to say that we don't know, first thing, and second thing, are these type of jobs are there, we are never getting any interview calls. Jobs you are going to get how you have prepared your resume. Okay, so what people used to do after completing the training, they used to prepare a consulting resume. I'm sure this resume they never prepare, they used to get a copy from any of our friends or maybe from the training institute, they did the necessary modifications and just post it without knowing what is there in that particular resume. So here the final nail is that you are showing that something wrong. That means you are positioning yourself, I am good with consulting role, I have the relevant knowledge, but actually you don't have the relevant knowledge. So if you are going to prepare your resume, or you are going to write that SAP consultant or having experience on the SAP consulting on your CV, then only with your training experience without having any project, nothing, then what HR is going to understand, HR will try to connect with you, but what they will understand, or what is the conclusion, they will understand it's a fake profile, or it is a overstated, so they are going to reject you. So that is why most of the time maybe you are getting the call because of your resume, but with first round or with telephoning round you are getting, or the rejections are there. Actually you are positioning yourself in a wrong position or wrong profile. In this case, if you are going to position yourself as SAP business analyst, SAP tester, or SAP support role, SAP power user role, then you will find the genuine calls will be there with your genuine profile, and the recruiters are going to call you because you have that knowledge, right? I'm assuming that you have that knowledge, so you have that knowledge, and accordingly you have prepared your CV, and that is what you are selling in the market. So CV is very important. If you have prepared the consulting CV whereas you are not fit for that, then obviously rejections will be there. Now coming to the solution. So what is the solution? Solution is, so you need to channel your SAP knowledge with the right job, with the right role, so that you can start your career. So many people, they are looking for MNC job, and MNC jobs are there. It's not like if you are going to get the consulting role only you can start your MNC job. With these roles also you are going to get the consulting role. And now coming to the salary, whatever your existing salary, on that you can expect 25 to 30% at least if you are going for this analyst job. If you are completely new, if you are not working, then accordingly you are going to get the salary, but whatever salary you are going to get, that is also enough for you because you are going to start your career. If someone is working with X right now in the domain, with this, let's say if you are going to get 20% hike, then it is absolutely fine for you because from a domestic market or from a domestic company directly you are going to MNC. Work here in this role, learn different processes, whether it is R2R, let's say 6 months you work in the P2P, then switch here process, switch the same process in the same company or another company. Learn in this, in these areas, try to get the exposure, learn the good things. The upskill yourself from the development point of view. Once you have 2 years experience in this, okay, 2 year, 2.5 year, then upgrade yourself into consulting role. So it will be a smooth transit from the previous role to consulting role. So that is highly required. So there are many openings are there in P2P, O2C, R2R business process. It can be profile, can be anything. For example, analyst, associate, senior associate, lead, this type of job openings you will find. So openings in the R2R, openings in the O2C, and all these companies, IT company, they have the shared service option is there. So there you will find there many openings. And but you have a good knowledge on the integrations, FICO integrations, FIMM integrations, FISD integrations. You should be very strong in the business process testing as well as the integrations, because without integration it will not work. Okay, you have a good knowledge on the support and the testing skill, reporting and analytical skills. When you are going for business point of view, these are highly required. Don't underestimate that. Is it end user role? No, it is not end user role. End user role, someone is going to do the data entry, and nowadays end users are also not getting hired after this AI, because those things are now it is automated. So end user jobs is completely different, analyst job is completely different. You have a good knowledge on the business process documentation, right? So these things are going to work for you, because the truth is that consultant roles are not your entry point. Accept it. Analyst, support, these type of jobs you can start, or here you can start your career. Then once you have the experience to work here for 2 3 years, then you can upgrade yourself and sky the limit. So I hope you got some clarity related to your job search. So if you have any questions, anything, feel free to mail me, or you can add in the comments. Definitely I will reply on that. See you soon with another topic.